Good evening, all my little bunnies out there. Daisy here with you tonight, and I have an interesting topic, one that many people would feel one way or another on. It's pretty variable. Is it a good thing to be popufur or popular in the furry fandom? Now, yes and no. There's a lot of ups and downs to whether or not you're popular amongst even a small group of people, let alone all of the furry fandom. So, weighing some of the pros and cons here. One, yes, you may get a lot of free stuff if you're popular, a lot of free attention, a lot of invites to things that you wouldn't have gotten elsewise. That's always a good thing. Nobody can complain about that. But you also would get a lot of people that would be trying to ingratiate themselves upon you to try and glean some of your popularity, or to get popularity by bringing you to things, or get attention by saying they're with you, without actually caring about wanting to be around you, just wanting to be around and being able to say they're around you. Being popular, it does make it a lot harder for more shy people to be able to approach you, because they will feel like you're too good for them, and they aren't worthy of getting to spend time with you because you're popular. And a lot of people don't want that. They don't want to have people feel like they're not able to approach them. It makes selling things a lot harder. It makes getting photos with people a lot harder if people are too scared to get near you because they think you're too important for them. Now, not everybody picks whether or not they're going to be popular. If you just happen to have commissioned some art or had some suit made that's just like, oh, it just happens, then, well, it happens. Or if you're an artist that does a lot of good art, or a suit maker, or a performer of some kind, singing, dancing, etc., all of a sudden you're up there, and now everyone that feels like they're down there doesn't feel like they're able to then approach you. And not even people that are up there even realize they are there, and they're scared to approach other people that are also similarly being labeled as puppy fur. And this can be a bit of a problem. I definitely don't feel like I am popular. I feel like I'm just some average, fluff butt that's out there. I may be doing this. Some people may be looking at me. I may post a good piece of art here and there, but I don't think I am popular. I think I'm just barely average. And I'll admit, I do get that scared to go talk to people who I think are more famous-ier than me in the furry world, when in reality I shouldn't feel that way. I should just be able to look at, this artist here and say, hi, I really like a lot of your art. Thank you for drawing it. Please keep doing so. And maybe if they're selling stuff, buy a print or something. There are quite a few artists who are really popular that I have come to the conclusion that they are normal people. I know, artists are people too. A lot of times it comes down to whether I met them first before I knew who they were from online and what I've seen them do. Like, yeah, we're just hanging out, doing things, chatting, drinking booze, or eating pizza together, and all of a sudden, and you realize that person right there that you've been, talking with for this last hour, they're that artist that drew all of that porn that you love, and you didn't realize it till just now. You were just enjoying them as that nice person sitting there eating the pizza, or drinking the booze, or many of those things at once. So a lot of times, if you don't let on that someone's something for a good while into conversation, it does make it easier for the people who think they're not good enough to talk to people, at least in their own heads, to help figure out it's okay to hang out and it's okay to be friendly with this person because you've already done that. Now, just knowing that they happen to be someone more famous than you thought they were just some average person up until right now, and now they're famous. You're like, oh, well, I guess they're still cool. Oh, cool. They can be cool. I do have some issues sometimes whenever I try and socialize with someone who I know is really popular, and I'll try and do something nice as I greet them, maybe draw them a picture or do something, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes that seems to work out. Like, one person actually came to me and said, "You drew my picture without asking twice. I hope you're not trying to make friends with me by drawing for me because that doesn't work." I'm like, I was just trying to be nice. Just trying to be nice. I didn't mean to insult you by drawing you pictures. How dare I? Bad bunny. Bad bunny. Don't draw for people if they don't want it and you don't know that because you were just trying to do something for someone who made you smile. Yeah, that's happened. Uh, Enough times I have walked up to someone who is furry famous, and the moment you see them in person, and you're just like your tongue falls out of your mouth, and no normal words want to come out. You'll start having a lisp or a stutter, which you don't normally have, and you can't put together a sentence that makes sense anymore, and that sucks. And I'm sure a lot of the more famous here people get that a lot. So, to anyone that I've done that to, I'm sorry. I don't mean to not be verbally capable when I see someone who I look up to and think are pretty cool. um, Now, I will say, it is amazing when someone who you think is really cool approaches you, who thinks they are, you know, grass compared to them being trees, and they go say something nice about something you posted, or appreciate something you drew or wore or said, and usually for me that's I definitely get the senpai notice me moment. Senpai notice me. Oh, senpai notice. Because I don't feel like I should be someone people notice. I feel like that person that's going to be talking and nobody pays attention. Like half my YouTube videos that barely get 10 views. But then there's other things that I'll post and I'll get 100 or more people look at them. I'm like, people actually looked at me? I'm going to go hide in the corner now, okay? But really, I look at it and go, okay, well, didn't enjoy that topic. Well, I've done that topic, so I'm not going to talk about that again. People like me wearing that costume. I still own that costume. I'm not selling these things, so I guess I'll wear that costume again on the internets and supply the people what they like. But of course, I won't ever stop the talking videos, more than likely, because this is, again, me therapy. I get to come and talk about stuff, and hopefully people listen. Because it makes me feel good. And hopefully entertain somebody out there. I do like to pop up topics that maybe make you think a little bit, like this one. For anyone going to a convention, whenever those eventually happen again, when you see that artist that you really admire or gush over or have a internet crush on because they seem to draw such awesome characters or whatever, or made such awesome fursuits or little sculptures or whatever, walk up to them, talk to them like they're a normal person. Take a deep breath before you do so. Just relax and remember, they're all humans. As far as we know, some of them might be robots. I'm looking at you, Ebony Leopard. You might be a robot. Nah, he's cool. He's a person. I've met him. He's one of the ones that I actually met before I knew what he was. Outside of outside of art form, I met him in person, not realizing who he was, compared to what, as in I didn't attach the human body to the art or the artist that he really was. And so it's one of those good examples of met a person before I actually understood who they were, that I had known who they were. And again, in-person meeting, person was a human. Talked to me like I was a person. Is a person. Nice guy. There's quite a few artists out there that I've met in that fashion, and it's a lot better. Some of my best friends are artists who apparently are popular. I'm like, oh, yeah, I know that person. You know them? Yeah, yeah, they're a normal person. They eat food and drink water and go poop, just like you. Oh, really? Yeah, they do. Everybody eats food and everybody poops. It's kind of the circle of poop. That's my logic on that one. um, and when you see a fursuit in person that you've maybe drooled over forever and they're out in public, just politely walk up, say, hi, my name is, enter your name here, and I think you're really cute. Could I have a hug? And most fursuiters, well, some will say no to this, they'll say, yes, and give you a hug. And that's cool. Just don't have Cheeto dust on your hands when you do so. Because then the fursuiter gets attention, which is what they want. You get to hug the fursuit that you've Googled out online, which is what you want. You may want more, but you're not getting that in public. And unless there's a lot of consent. Don't ask for that in public, especially when it's the first time you're meeting someone. Being polite is fun first. Now, would you go out and, have naughties with someone you just met 3 seconds ago, even though just because you've seen their pictures on the internet before? No. Don't be stupid. Get to know a person before you try and do other stuff with them. You never know what you're going to find out. You don't want to make regrets. Regrets are bad. Hugs are good, though. And they don't make you feel yucky normally afterwards, unless you find out there's something really bad about that person. But a hug doesn't generally leave a lasting nasty. If anything, they're good. Hugs are good. Hugs are good when you're allowed to. Socially distance right now, according to this current pandemic issue. But when you're allowed to hug again, definitely it's a good thing. So, see that person you've always admired online at the convention that you eventually get to go to. Say hi to them like a normal person. And say something polite or general conversationally with them. If they're selling wares, and you like their wares, buy some wares. If their commission prices are well beyond your means, maybe buy a print. Or at least admire their art to them and say how nice it is and that you appreciate that they draw things. I do that a lot because there's a lot of artists I can't afford that are actually nice people. There's a little squad of 4 that I often spend a lot of time, and in some way usually end up running into outside of their dealings at Anthrocon. But I believe it normally involves it's Marcy McAdam, Michelle Light, I think it's Dark Natasha, and it might be Caribou is the other one that hangs out with. but they're always really nice. They're always friendly, uh, and I can afford two of those artists at a stretch. And the other ones, maybe? But I always do like to say nice things about their art. I talk to them like they're human beings because I met them as human beings first, mostly. Because I'd met Marcy before, knowing who she was. I'd met Michelle Light, knowing who she was. The other ones I ran into because they were hanging out with those two who I knew, and they said hi to me in person. We said hi all in general. We conversated, and now I don't look at them as scary, fancy artists I can't talk to. So that's a thing. Also helps whenever someone you think is really good, famous, talks to you first, because then you don't feel like you're the doornail. Uh, Mindy did this to me when I first met him in person a long time ago, because we'd known each other online off and on for a lot of years before that, and we finally did actually get to meet, and he actually was the one that realized first that we'd known each other online when we met together at a party at his house. And it made me feel good to know that an artist who is popular actually cared about some nobody that did an art trade with them back in 2003, when I could barely draw anything. Yeah, that was back in the day. I still can't hardly draw, but I still do it anyway because it's fun. But that actually helped a friendship, in-person friendship as opposed to an online friendship, really blossom, because then we have spent a lot of time talking and discussing art things, and discussing how many arts I have bought from him over the years. I spent a lot of money. And he's got much of it. But it does help. You're not always going to get that moment where the more popular artist is going to approach you. But anytime it happens, go with it. Start up that conversation. Start realizing we're all people and have fun with it. Now, for any of those people that think I'm famous, if you see me in person, first off, I'm not famous. I'm still average in my head. Even if I do become it, I don't feel like I am. Feel free to say hi. Feel free to ask for a hug in costume. Feel free to ask for a hug out of costume if you recognize me and want a hug. I don't normally bite. If I say no, it may be either you're covered in Cheeto dust or I'm in a hurry, which it's a convention. There's a good chance that's happening, so please don't be mad at me. But yes, yeah, I'm always free for people to approach me and talk. Don't worry about thinking I'm somebody important that doesn't have time to speak to people normally. Unless I'm actually going somewhere, like I have dinner reservations or something, or I have people waiting for me for said dinner meetups and whatnot. Or I'm trying to rush to get that one slot left that's left by that one commissionable artist that's only opens at the moment the dealer's room opens, and I'm just rushing to get there. Yeah, that's not me, so don't worry too much about that. Anyway, popular's a thing. Don't worry about it as much. Talk to people like they're people. Socialize as much as you can at the moment. And when you can see them, humans, all of them. And as long as you can calm down, take a deep breath, and speak like a normal person, most of these people will have a time of day for you. And you never know who you're going to actually find as a good friend in the long run. I have a lot of people who, I don't want to sit here and name drop every artist I know, but I have a lot of people that I know are on the popular list that I've run into and have made friends with, and I never thought that'd be possible. But in an environment like this, seeing them at smaller events does help. Seeing them when they're outside of dealers' rooms, it helps. Even just going up and saying hi to a person who's looks like they're having a bad day when they're not getting enough commissions that they were hoping to at a convention or selling their wares might brighten their day. Might get a friend out of it. So there you go. Be nice to people. Talk to people. Be friends to people. And that's stuff. And if you're curious, because I have been wearing throughout this whole video, yes, I just felt like wearing my cloak today, so I'm wearing my satin cloak with the fur trim because I wanted to. And that's how things work. I felt like wearing something fun. I wear something fun. And that's how it goes. I'm feeling okay today. Exceptionally great, not exceptionally bad. I had a headache earlier, so I'm a little bit off, but I'm feeling happy. And I hope you are too. So I hope you all have a good bunny film day today. And Daisy wants to snuggle each and every one of you and let you know you're important and you're as popular as you need to be. And she thinks you're just a swell, articulate fella. That's a Zootopia reference. I know it's bad stuff, but anyway, I send you all lovely bunny hugs, and I hope you have a good day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Patreons list in the bottom there. I thank you to all, at this time, my 3 Patreons. You're all awesome. And stuff. Share this with your friends. Bunny loves.